I tried sending over 3,000 outreach DMs every single day for the past 30 days, all with the goal of booking meetings and signing clients for marketing agencies. And in this video, I want to share every single thing that I found in terms of results, what worked and what didn't work, so that you can firstly save the time, but also the energy in sending that many messages every single day. And I want to mention that I've tested everything, right? So if you've tried it in the past, this video will still be extremely valuable, right? If you've tried the quick question, if you've tried using Instantly, using Lemlist, doing automated cold emails, if you've tried Instagram outreach, LinkedIn outreach, you've read $100 million offers, you've read Russell Brunson stuff, you've done everything, you've done the courses, you've tried sending looms, tried sending personalized emails, you've tried non-personalized emails, just sending crazy volume. I've tried everything, right? I've tested every single one of these things, and I want to walk you through what's actually the best, what actually works, and what's actually just, a lot of fluff, a lot of marketing just to get you to sign up to their program. So if your goal is generating cash, generating revenue, adding extra 10K, 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K, whatever it might be, then this video is for you, because we've gotten to this point. I've gotten to the point where I just wake up, I see bookings coming in, clients are just being signed, and I want to share everything that I've learned so that you can have the exact same situation. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Ethan Welby. I'm the co-founder of Agency Growth Partner, and we consult with agency owners to help them add an extra 50K per month by building out these automated client acquisition systems. So what I'll be sharing in this video is firstly the context. So how am I actually doing this? Why did I do this? Secondly, the results. And the thirdly, what you can take away from these results so you can save yourself the time, the effort, and the money of doing this entire experiment. So the first question is, why am I sending 3,000 messages every single day? And purely the response is more bookings, right? More bookings, more clients, more revenue, more cash flow. That is the goal. And the reason that we're sending so much is because last month, we got to a point where we found a message, we found a script that works extremely well. And it doesn't just apply to targeting marketing agencies like we would use it. It actually applies for every single marketing agency looking to sign clients. It works for honestly any niche. And we're sharing this to all of our clients right now. It's extremely powerful. But what happened was we found this, right? We found this winning message, and we honestly just wanted to see, how can we ramp things up? How can we scale it up as fast as possible? So the first response in my head was, let's just send a lot, right? Let's just send 3,000 messages a day. But then the next obvious question is, okay, how are you actually going to do that? Because I'm not going to be there on my phone typing out 3,000 messages. I barely even reply to the messages I have now. So what I did was I set up an automated system in Instantly. Now I'll link Instantly below. It's an email sending tool. And what it does is you can get multiple domains. So for example, agencygrowthpartner.com, agencygrowthpartner.net, and a whole lot of them. And every domain will have a couple users. So let's say Ethan at the Agency Growth Partner, Ethan2 at the Agency Growth Partner, and you can just stack all these email accounts. And what Instantly does is you can take all these accounts, put it into Instantly, and it will send from them at the same time. So what you can do is, instead of just sending from one account, like my Gmail, for example, I can send from 100 Gmails at the same time, and it's going to distribute the volume between all of them. So as you can imagine, if every single account is sending, let's say 30 emails per day, and we get enough email accounts, we can get to the point where we're sending 3,000 per day. Right? And that's how we're able to get to that volume. And then beyond that, we have a system to automate lead sourcing. So you don't actually have to either, go on Google, find all these domains. You don't have to go in Apollo and manually just find the emails and stuff, or find some guy on Upwork or Fiverr who's going to do all this for you. That's so old. You don't need to do any of that. And we're giving these new systems to our clients inside of our program, but you can automate all of it, right? It's really easy to do. So getting the email address, getting the contact details, everything that you need, then we just put this into Instantly, send the winning message to 3,000 people, and then run it. So now the most important part, the results. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the results up on screen because I don't have the data with me right now. So what you'll see are the key metrics, right? The number of messages that we sent, that's pretty obvious. The number of bookings that we received, the number of bookings that we took. So when I actually took the sales call, and then the amount of clients that we signed, and then the amount of revenue that we generated. And as you can see, we generated just under $16,000 per month in new added revenue. But the key point that I want to mention is it's not just 16,000 one time, it's actually this amount over a 6-month period for each one of them. Because the thing is, we work on 6-month commitments. So right now we don't work on a done for you basis. We don't offer this service anymore to the clients. There's too much demand for this one and we don't actually have the capacity. So we move into the program side of things. And as you can see, it's under 16,000 in new monthly revenue. But the thing is, it's just going to stack over time. So because it's on a retainer and because it's on a 6-month commitment, this would be around $90,000 to $95,000 in new revenue added purely from this 30-day experiment. So as you can see, it was pretty much a success. It wasn't any crazy numbers, but the key point is that if you're able to add this every single month, it can get to the point where you're scaling incredibly fast. So these are the methods that we give to our clients inside of our program right now, where we actually consult with them one-on-one so that they can just implement things like this and add an extra 16,000, 30,000, 50,000 to their revenue. Because honestly, it's pretty simple to do once you have a winning framework. So the last thing I want to cover are the lessons that you can take away from it. And the first one is, if something is working, just do more of it. If you're getting a message that's booking meetings, let's say you have a 1% booking rate. So you send 100 messages, you get 1 booking from it. It means that if you send 1,000, you'll get 10. So if something's working, just do more of that. And that's the exact approach that we took with this experiment. Because we were getting a winning message, we thought, let's just put as much volume into this thing as possible and see what happens. And then what we found is that clients were signed, meetings were booked, cash flow was generated. The second lesson that you can take away is applying leverage in everything that you do. Because I know a lot of agency owners who think, oh, if I want to send 3,000 messages, I'm going to have to send it all myself, right? They think they have to do all of this themselves, and it could take them 20 hours a day to do this, while it took me, 20 minutes one time to set up, and we would get the same outcome. We'd get the same amount of messages sent, but they take 20 hours per day. And I have all this free time now. So what we find is that if you apply leverage, if you find where you can put an input in once and get outputs for the rest of your life, that is where you focus your energy. So I focused my energy on building the system that ran by itself. So you can do this in every other aspect. Instead of, let's say you're sending outreach from Instagram, for example, you don't necessarily have to send it yourself. You can hire someone to do it on a commission basis and they'll just book the meetings for you. This is what we do and what we teach as well. It's very easy to do. You just have to be proactive and actually think about it before doing the task. And the final lesson is just getting predictability, right? You need to know your numbers. You need to know how many messages it takes to get a booking, how many bookings it takes to sign a client, and on average, how much these clients are paying you. And once you know these numbers, it just becomes an input-output game. Are you willing to put more into the system to get this output? And if you can do that, you're in a fantastic position. So if you want one-on-one help with me actually implementing these systems for you and your agency, help you to get to around 50 to 100K per month, just check the description below for the next steps.